God bless America.
The Boys Nation program reshaped my entire inner being. Now that sounds like a really dramatic statement, but if you analyze it pragmatically, it taught me to be more responsible, taught me to be more accountable, taught me to be more honest, and most of all, it taught me that the only way to see fundamental change in my world is to seek fundamental change within myself. You see, you get out what you put in. Hard work, honesty, good citizenship, and a love of country and fellow man is the best and most efficient way to shape your country. And previous to Boys Nation, I thought that the best way to shape policy was by going to the ballot box and putting it, I believe in Joe Blow and what he has to say. No. Running for office is as easy as picking up the paperwork. Anybody can get involved. I'll be starting at Vanderbilt University in the fall, the Harvard of the South. I'll be studying, it's a mouthful, I'll be studying vocal performance with a minor in political science, with a concentration on pre-law, so when I reach that point in my life where I have to decide what I want to do, I'll either go to grad school for voice or go to law school. It's the hope to one day in my life be the governor of the state of Tennessee. And if I'm elected governor of the state, then I would like to look at the possibility of pursuing the office of the presidency. I've been humbled for the rest of my life by the experience I've had this past summer. I think a lot of people think the things that we do, Boys State and Boys Nation, were only for a week. Well, it's not. What I experienced there I'll covet and I'll hold for the rest of my life. We have a thing that we passed at Boys Nation called the 45th. The 45th was an imaginary bill that we were all tasked with. And it was to go on and live a good life, to work in our communities, to be good citizens. That was the nature of the 45th. And when Shoto closed out the Senate on the last day, he didn't strike the final gavel because he said the mission of the Senate lived on. And he was exactly right. The mission of the Senate lives on every day as each of those senators walks around their communities, shakes hands with their friends and their family, and works to make this country a better place. I have no doubt that the young men I was with will go on to be senators, representatives, governors, and maybe even the President of the United States. And I can tell you, having been around them, that's a pretty awesome thing. The country's in wonderful hands. And I know there's a lot of stigma around my generation. But I can tell you, we're going to be just fine.